How is
Out of frame
everyone?
right now. But I will say, in deep and greetings onto you,
Nice entrance.
beloved and holy friends. Thank you, bro. It's nice to have you entering this space alongside us as well. We are going to talk about why we're here today as a stream topic. It feels, for me at least, like the lesson has been that I'm here on this planet for other people, right? That I find myself, at least I don't know if this is a case for you as well, but I find myself fighting sometimes, going out and doing things and being around other people. And then we do it eventually, and then we're like, oh yeah, I should do more of
I
this.
should do more. Dude, when you're like, I don't want to go see anyone. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, I just want to be comfortable and sit here.
And this is my default mode that we're
Bro, it's the hallmark of an introvert. Which the funny thing is, like, it's a very interesting realization when you figure out that people have been using the word wrong, because an introvert can be highly social. It's just how you recharge.
Yeah,
Just
it's
whether
how
you
you gain energy.
Yeah. Do you gain energy from spending time with people, or do you need to be alone? If you need to be alone, you're introverted. That's it.
Yeah, and I feel like there's something to be said to kind of like steer it in a topic direction kind of perspective, that if we're here as souls, if you will, to spend time with other people and to experience and grow alongside one another, what does it say about ourselves, and where is the balance to be had if you are an introvert? Because I feel the same. Right? I do find a sense of solace and comfort. I want to say it's almost like this is nice, of just being by myself. But at the same time, it's like I don't value that as much as I value the this is nice of people coming together. I don't know if that makes sense. It's always
Okay.
like the one is something I can value selfishly, like, oh, this is nice for me. And then as soon as I'm in the social situation, I'm like, oh, this is what's nice for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I understand what you mean. I think personally, I find that I always enjoy the time spent together with other people. Like, it is fun, but it is draining for me. Like,
Yeah.
it does take the like energy that I've absorbed on my own. I can then expend it and make fun, and it's very entertaining. And I'm glad everyone has a good time. Like, I hate it when people don't have good times, dude.
same.
That sucks.
The people
Yeah, dude. So I like having people have fun, but then like when that's over, I'm like, cool, fucking time out, please. I'm gonna take like 2 days and just chill on my own.
It's what I'm really like absorbing from you right now is the ability to store energy in that self-isolation, if we can call it that, and then expend it when you're in a social situation. And I'm wondering if there's any sort of like loss, if it carries over, because I've spent a lot of time like completely by my ace, spending time on myself. So do I have a disproportionate store of energy?
I don't know. It could be very interesting. Like, maybe it's not directly an energy thing, but it's more of a like acceptance and okayness thing.
Okayness, right?
And,
Like,
like,
this is what's okay.
It
for
built up
me.
to a degree now where like it's so okay that you can go do the things that's not as okay because you've been okay for so long that you can take more
Base
of a
level okay has
Yeah,
been
your
raised.
base level okay is high enough that when the not good okay happens, you can actually go down there, be happy with it for a while.
It's true. He said something that really has been resonating with me today. That pendulum thing that you were talking about. How we find ourselves swinging from one extreme to another, or at least we have as a civilization for the longest time. And we're at the bottom of that pendulum swinging. And as a result, the extremes that we're witnessing is becoming more and more apparent in quick iteration. And it's going to be up to us to either stop that thing or to become comfortable, to find balance within that somewhere in the middle. And we're all right now.
While it spends infinity slowing down.
Yeah, because we're like when we did spend a little bit of time today talking about the fact that there is some darkness in this world as well, alongside the light, right? And how are we supposed to deal with that? And at least this is the conclusion that keeps coming up in me: is one, be mindful what you expose yourself to, and two, after you have potentially exposed yourself to things, realize that it's your responsibility to now bring good into this experience as it is. We have friends saying, "Hi, Johan."
Hello.
Bojo says, "I love that guy." Yeah.
Hello.
We have Jovan saying hi too. Love you. Oh, sorry. It's been a while, friend. Ever since I decided I was here for a good time, not a long time. The only things that happens is it's been a long time since I had a good time.
Oh no, dude.
Oh, sorry. You see, even though I resonate and I'm trying to relate and empathize with what you're saying right now, with this wanting to be here for a good time, like unfortunately we are these interesting complexes where as soon as you try and like game yourself, as soon as you have a structure of what you think you want, and in this case it's a good time, then you like set yourself up for suffering, because anything that's not a good time now is what you want to be differently, and that's what I believe suffering is, right? Like, oh, I'm not having, and what is a good time to you? Like, that is the question. Like, and we had that conversation today as well. A good time to us is just like living at this point, right? Like, we're not trying to live lavishly. We want to eat food. We want to be able to travel and see friends. And it's not like we want to go to America once a week. We want to be able to drive down the street, you know, without having to worry about it. So, yeah, I want to be here for a long time. And in that way, I think I've been having a good time.
Dude, same. Same. I think for me it was just a like when I define, like me and Chris have a lot of arguments over exactly the definition of words. And like for me, I would like to know what your definition of happiness is.
Happiness for me is a sense of lightness, where I am not as burdened by, again, suffering, by wanting for things to be differently.
Okay.
Right? Like I like it's a sense of like, oh, okay, things are as they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then I have happy.
Okay. And then joy.
Joy is almost like the feeling that arises from like the knowledge of something, or the acquisition of something, or the like knowledge of something. I feel is the best word, because it's like maybe I hear that you passed your like doctorate, for example. That would bring me joy, right? Because now I've gotten this thing, and it brings joy
and
into
it's
my mind.
fleeting.
Yeah.
Joy is not an emotion that stays long. It is something that happens every now and again, like you said.
Yeah, you're right.
But it doesn't exist all the time. And happiness, on the other hand, is a continuous state for me. It's like you said, a lightness, where like in my mind, happiness is an incredibly broad spectrum of things. Rather than saying like, oh, only in these instances am I happy. No, I'm pretty happy 99% of the things. Most emotions fall under happy or sad as the like highest, broadest terms, and then you can start defining it out at least. And so like that question of what is a good time? Like, is it where it makes you happy? Is it where you're experiencing something? What do you define that as? And if you define that scope too small, then you're going to end up with, like you said, things that you want that you're not going to receive.
I like that definition of scope. That's a really good way to see it. Because it is what you expect ultimately. You know, I feel expectations do shape our reality. Like in coming here, for example, I didn't expect anything of you. I expected, if anything, to find my friend at his home, right? And in that way, it's very easy for me to be happy.
Yeah, because it's all fun. Like, I don't need anything to happen. Anything that happens
Here
is
you
great.
are, my homie, and I get to talk to you about that. And I think that's a beautiful point to kind of like anchor into our minds of, if we're here for a reason, right? Should set expectations in that reason. And if that reason is meeting other people, then the expectation is meeting other people, right? And there is so much to be gained. There's so much to be gained. Like I know Johan. I've met him before, right? And we've maybe in some way or another had some of the conversations we've had today before. But there is almost like, in me at least, and we had this conversation about conversational ability today as well. It's like we're growing a kind of skill, right? Like we're building infrastructure in both of our brains. And the only way to build that infrastructure is to communicate.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think, and the thing to articulate your idea of like we've spoken about stuff, I think the important part is you're speaking about stuff with added experience every time.
Exactly. I
Like
like
every time
that.
you're looking at it actually from a fresh point of view, because even 2 or 3 days can fundamentally alter what like your actual viewpoint on
This
stuff
morning,
is.
this morning, I saw that picture, or at least simulated picture of a photon. And showed you that.
Yeah,
like
which is
we've
still-
talked about particles a bunch of times, and we've talked about photons and then being particles and waves, and now today, because of the added experience, extra days added experience, now we know more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what our friends are saying. We have Morgan here again. Did you watch the rugby last night? Morgan, I'm out of frame. I just realized. Maybe move us a little bit back still. At least we have microphones. Thank you, Joe, for miking us up so we can be heard from afar. Oh, so Morgan lives in Gauteng. Yes, Morgan told me he lives in Gauteng.
Cool.
And he's also South African, of course.
I assume so.
Assuming so, with the rugby question.
I have no idea what rugby that was.
Yeah, so you see, like this is where the walls feel like the wheels fall off. Like Morgan was here for the first time yesterday, and I encouraged him to show up, but now he has to find out that I'm not a sport.
I don't do sports. I'm sorry, dude. Maybe a little bit of esports, but not actual sports.
Yeah, I am very out of the loop when it comes to such things. Like
Yeah.
I think we had that conversation a little bit today as well about there's so many things in the world, in the entertainment scene to absorb right now and to learn from. And rugby is very rugby, like again with expectations. Like when you go and watch a rugby game, you're probably gonna see a rugby game. Right? Maybe you want that. And for me, it's like I've seen rugby games, and now I'm like, what else is there
Yeah.
to see?
See, I just don't have a connection to any of the teams. I have a connection to
Yeah.
South Africa if we're playing a really big game and it's like
Exactly.
winning something. Yeah, sure, then I'll watch it, but somebody has to tell me about it.
Like, and I also, I never really got into the being, I want to say the word infatuated with rugby players.
For me, it's more like infatuated with sports, dude. Because some people are that with like soccer. Some
True.
people are that with. I just don't have that like relatedness where I'm like that dude. I will follow your entire career.
You were like God.
Yeah. I don't have that. I have that with some YouTubers maybe.
I
where-
have that with a few actors, like Jim Carrey is like that for me. Terrence McKenna is like that for me. Alan Watts and
Yeah,
Ram
it's just
Dass.
different people.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's the way you should see it. Like everybody has their own like sports
Yeah.
hero in their own mind. That's super cool. I'm gonna see if there's some more. Bless you again, Sodit. Gluons are more interesting than photons. Photons are taking the spotlight right now. Didum. Jovan, that sounds delightful.
Stupid.
Is heating up some coffee to warm up my toasties today. I woke up to 44-degree morning. That's like 7 degrees Celsius.
I was gonna say goeie volk, bro.
Yeah, 44 is low.
44 is low, but I thought it was Celsius for a second, and my brain was like, yikesy,
Let me
babasi.
see. 44. Okay. Yeah, yes, I was close.
6
6.6 degrees Celsius. Look
Yeah.
at me.
Those wake up mornings to, what would that be? 32 is 0 for them?
The like 0?
Yeah.
I think 32. Yeah.
I think 32. But
Let's check.
like when we have
Yeah. 32.
-1s or -2s, which is like 30 degrees, those are cold mornings.
Yeah, that's cold for us. Like I remember as a kid in South Africa, if it goes to the temperature of, let me get this thing. Can I do a -5? There's no minuses here. This pisses me off. I should go just lower number, I guess. 27, yeah, 26, 24. Yeah, if it goes like 24 Fahrenheit, like we had our BlackBerry curves out and taking photos on a 0.3 megapixel. Taking photos of the machine telling you it's -5 right now. You're
Yo.
like, holy shit,
Holy
it's
shit.
cold out
No,
there.
like I got back from climbing the other day and I got in my car and it said 41 degrees on the thing. And I was like, a picture of
Thanks,
it,
photo,
41 degrees.
Look, my suffer.
Look at my sofa. What is that? 100 degrees? 100?
Yeah, that's like 100, 110 even. 110 Fahrenheit
Yo.
is 41. Jovan, that sounds delightful. Oh, she has some orange lemon black tea. That does sound nice.
That does sound good.
Suddenly I'm feeling like tea. Wishing you warm. It's been 44 degrees here constantly the past few days. I've busted out the winter robe and cozy socks. Please stay
Nice.
warm, dear friends. We speak our plan, and then we realize that we spoke that plan to the universe, and the universe throws hurdles in front of you. The universe hasn't thrown hurdles in front of me as much as it's thrown beautiful, intricate art pieces that I have to walk around or try and get over. You know, starts huffing more
So-
copium.
I heard a thing once that said the universe always gives you exactly what you want. It's your indecision that makes it give hurdles. Because you're actually not that sure. You think you want that, but you're subconsciously wanting other things. And so, because you're not making a decision, everything tries to intermingle and then it doesn't happen.
Be clear. Be clear in what you want. I want love on Earth. I want people to demolish all military weaponry. All military weaponry. Like everybody. Everybody is just like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Dropping it like Andy. You know, exactly like that, please. That's what I want.
One day.
That's what I want. That's all I want. Starts dropping bombs on us. No, like that, like that.
No, not like that, not like that.
I'm sorry. This is went on a dark turn for a second there. Happens almost every time. Is anybody else's audio crispy? Little crispy. I wish you friends would say something sooner. I hope that helped. Let's see if I can check on myself. Other people. It sounds good to me. It sounded good to me then. I'm gonna check on myself now. And little bit crispies. I'm hearing some little bit of crispiness. I don't know. That might be YouTube protocol thingies. All right. My microphones are connected. Should I turn them off and turn them back on again? I can try. I'll do anything. I'll promise. I do it for me. If I have bad audio experience watching something, I'll just stop watching it.
That is true.
Hey, let's see. Did that fix the problem? I do hope so. Maybe I'll try one more thing. We have a bunch of friends here right now. If you're new, subscribe because I might drop the stream. Crackling stop. Great, thank you, Sadat, for letting me know. I did just exit out just as I saw your message as well. I'm gonna trust.
Nice.
I'm
Thank you.
trusting. Thank you, friends, for letting us know. This helps. Do you want to hit a Dynavap?
I do, yes.
I think so. That sounds like a plan to me too. No, it's back again. I'm gonna do the thing I just did. I'm gonna like turn my microphones off while it's still live on stream.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna.
Do you want me to hold it?
No, thank you, sir. It's much better than it was, though. Let's see.
Otherwise, if push comes to shove, we turn off the aircon.
Yes. Suddenly, perfectly clear and crisp audio.
I hope that worked.
Blessing ye ears. I'm seeing it now. Yes. Yes, it's happening. Tell me it's helping. Tell me it's helping, please. Let's see how many comments I missed in the meanwhile. Plan to speak it. Little crispy puts down bag of potato chips. Sam steals bag of potato chips. I think I'm just too cold to hear it. Grabs bag of potato chips. We actually had some bag of potato chips, me and
Yeah,
you.
but yeah.
So it feels extra synchronous. Good. Zoom. The portal opens in February. Bold move, Joe. Taking food from a pregnant Klingon. That is
What?
crazy. Sam, you preggers? Yeah, buddy. The portal opens in February. Is that? I mean, I guess now it's none. Now it's none. That's so soon. Just like that, and it's gonna be happening pop soon. That little one is going to have an epic ride. This is true. I actually talked about Sam today with you, right? 2025. I was right. 2025. There will be new consciousness on planet Earth.
Dude, actually, I want to Google this because I had an insane stat once on how many people are born a day.
While you check that, Sam is also like a yoga practitioner, right? So all of that good epigenetic information is slowly being encoded. And then she'll have a mom with all of that wisdom. Why though? Sam, I'm getting geared up to move to the Miss West next autumn. And I'm not overly excited about the weather. Nice catching up with you. I'm heading down to the gym, mainly because I don't know any accommodating Janes. That's a pretty, like, he's gonna go to a gym because there's no Janes. I hate that, but it's still funny to me, so I'll let it slide.
Oh, wow.
Oh, judge you. It's gonna be my neighbor. Nice! The Midwest. I mean, the Midwest feels a little bit broad. Isn't the Midwest like somewhere in the middle and to the west? Do we know where that is? Love is true. Wherever you find yourself, you're gonna be there, dear Pojo. You wanna tell us why you're moving? I'm not pleased about this timing. February is usually very icy year. I'm also what you call a winter baby. And I believe we are made stronger for it. Made indestructible. Made so
Made
powerful.
crazy.
Made insane. Made stir crazy.
No.
Good. I think Sam's kid is gonna be like herself, beautiful as a person. You know, it's gonna be cool. Very pleased about the timing. Missouri is February is like a sloped skating rink.
Slopped.
It's an absolutely slopped skating rink. Ice covers every valley. I could swap in slopped, and I think it would still work.
That's very funny.
Waving to a photon is not illuminated. You got a jaw, Hillary Slippery, insurance deductible paying. Goodness, no please. When I was there once during winter, I left. Florida type Yetis aren't equipped to handle those temperatures. We're tropical.
When I was once there, it was cold, and so I left.
If only it was always that easy, bro.
Dude.
Oh, I got here, and then emotion arises.
And then I
left.
leave. Dude. It's that take one step outside, look at the temperature, walk back inside
Walked
the
right back
airport.
in. Like for me, I kind of wish I could do that in some social situations, bro. Of just leave, just go away. And I was like, oh yes, enough now, thank you.
Have you seen the meme of the dude that just disappears? Yeah. Yeah.
Fades out of existence. I want that. I talked to him about wanting teleportation today, but it is a little bit skizzy. All right, am I going to teleport? Or is there a new version of me being created? I don't know if I want teleportation as much as I want instant transmission. I want like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
instant
just the
transmission.
zoom.
Right? Like you're putting your mind where you want to be, and then your body just catches up instantly.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, like system.
I want.
I'll
Give me,
see.
please.
Dude, I don't know. I've been watching so many shorts and stuff on it, and I recently watched the last tournament of Dragon Ball Super and a bunch of stuff. And man, dude, like, imagine you could actually get to that level of like training, because they literally start out as effectively humans, and by the end they're literally blowing up planets by like flicking them.
I watched
That's-
Demon Slayer recently, and I feel like that's closer. Still impossible for a human to reach, but more like power scale closer,
Yeah,
than
closer.
the Dragon Ball Z universe. And I
Mhm.
really love what they did there too.
No, I do. It's truly a work of art. It's just I haven't seen Demon Slayer. Like I watched the first season of it, and then it like was pretty colors, but it didn't really intrigue me to like a degree of wanting to watch more.
Like the first season didn't get me either, and I got wrecked a little bit because I took a gram of mushrooms with John and Max, and then he was like, "Let's watch Demon Slayer." And then there was a scene, and there's like demons, obviously, in this world, and this demon is like on about like eating people and stuff, and he has like a long tongue. And my mind in that moment was just like, I can't.
I can't, dude. Please
can't.
leave me alone.
Like I'm seeing this fucking thing eating people in my mind's eye. Please, like no, like actually no, no stop.
Dude, shows are bad. Shows can get to you, dude.
That one got to me quick, bro. Like literally, we were maybe 7 minutes into that episode,
And you
I
were
was
like, no.
no, and like, dude, that almost arose again with the whole, the boys, dude. That day, that
Yo,
unexpected
no,
day.
no, 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 no,
That
no.
was
I was
amazing.
hard fucking pressed that we
Maybe,
were
maybe.
not watching The Boys that day,
I
dude.
cannot do this.
I don't have that much depravity in me. I like light things. I like happy
Yeah.
things. I watched The Wild Robot.
Okay, and
I fucking pulled Christian along. I got him to
What?
watch it with me. Yeah, we're into the
Nice.
cinema.
Because
It-
he wouldn't fucking watch it if I told him. to.
Dude, it was beautiful.
Right?
Ah, fuck, dude. That
Dude,
thing
like-
was awesome.
Me and Jovan watched that movie the first day it came out, I think. Maybe the second day it came out. You know, like, and it, me and Jovan, like in our relationship, have been talking about robots a lot, of course. Her username is JoBot. And then, you know, she lands here in South Africa, and then we watch The Wild Robot together. Yay, there she is. She says, yay!
Yeah, no, that movie was very cute.
I'm so happy you watched it. Bro. What did Christian think?
He loved it as well. He thought it was very nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was some real stuff. Again, like I don't know, they didn't really paint humans in that bad of a light in that
No,
show.
they-
like the one scene of the like I honestly believe they kind of scuffed in a little bit to me. Like if I had to nitpick anything, I'm nitpicking the scene, and this is maybe mild spoilers.
Yeah,
but,
mild spoilers.
Like there's ducks in a like farming area.
And they fucking
And they just,
start,
like, start using the infrastructure. I'm like,
and
no.
dude, bro, they start gatting.
No.
fucking, like
No, that's not what would
fucking-
happen. They would have like some sort of catcher droids or something, and they would relocate them outside or whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah,
dude.
that
Yeah.
it was for
You
suspense.
see, but I took that more as like this is the cold hard like robots that have taken over farming and they don't care about
yeah,
infrastructure.
like it's a pest.
Yeah, it's a pest.
must
Just
be
keep-
eliminated. Yeah, showing you that side of the robots.
Yeah. It is a children's movie, so like they have to paint somebody as the villain and like in some way.
Yeah, it was like for me, like I really think about that bear a lot. Interestingly enough,
Dude, that bear is hilarious. I love my favorite character is the dude who fucking kept like eating the tree, dude.
Yeah, I saw a lot of myself in that character as well. You know, like he's just this, like he saw the, and I see the part of myself that's tenacity. I don't see the part of myself that's the tree hugging hippie. But he sees the biggest tree on this entire island, and he goes, I'm gonna get that one.
I'm gonna get that one.
That's the one I'm gonna get. And then technically, eventually, I'm not gonna tell you what happens. Haha, you thought, watch the movie. Watch
It's a
The
really
Wild
good movie. It's a
Robot.
very cute movie.
Let me see. Yeah, for real. Start your long John saving fund now, Joe. Long Johns, you're gonna need them, bro. I feel like a wild robot sometimes. You should watch that movie. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Morgan.
I'm sorry.
You have a good one too, dear
I
friend.
tried really hard.
Hew. I can technically move this a little bit.
Hey.
Look.
Ah, there is much space.
Yeah.
Nah. It looks different.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, not trying to like screen real estate you out of it.
No.
I have to go now. Bless again, Morgan. We'll see you soon, friend.
Bye.
Cheers.
Stay safe, bro.
A beautiful day.
The
Have anyone seen Spaceman? I think. Did we watch Spaceman together? No, I watched it with John. Did you see Spaceman? It's the new Adam Sandler movie.
I have, yes, with the in space. Yeah,
I think in the trailer they show you, so it's okay to talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah, don't watch it if you have arachnophobia. You
No,
know,
that movie fucked me up a little bit, dude. That movie was strange.
that movie was too much in the emotional of like relationships and stuff. Of like, it was too personal, a little bit, in some ways.
I looked past a lot of that and just kind of looked at like the general overarching story of like the alien and everything, and it was very intriguing.
Yeah, the alien story and it escaping its planet and the disease and that stuff, you know. I don't know, not spoiling technically. It's an old movie. The movie is not brand spanking new, at least. Also, I think it's on Netflix. So
I have no idea. Everything's on Netflix. On Netflix is just bad.
that is also true. We have a lot of options kind of stripped from us because of our geolocation. I've been meaning to watch it, Zano. I'm only recently saw a trailer for it. Was it good? It's one of those movies that's gonna make you feel things, right? And if that is your metric of what a good movie is, it definitely is a good movie.
It's strange.
Yeah, it is pretty strange. I mean, what can you expect if you're talking to a spider alien in space, right? Like, strange is kind of
On your own.
on your own. Yeah, strange comes with the territory. I just found my Dynavap. Look at you. Look at you, Fit Demon.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, he lost it yesterday, and he was like, "Bro, I lost my Dynavap, bro." And he goes, "I looked everywhere, and I can't find it." And I'm like, "Bro, maybe you'll buy a new one." I say, and then you'll find your old one, and then you'll have a gift to give. I hope you haven't bought a new one yet.
No, so I always make the joke of like, search like a woman. Stop searching like a man, search like a woman.
Search like a woman.
Because like, I remember the reason I say that is because I'm convinced that they have superpowers when it comes to finding stuff. Because I remember vividly, it's happened multiple times where sort of like, go look there, and I look there and it's not there. And then somebody else comes and like just shifts something and picks it out of the cupboard. And I'm like, man, I really should have just like moved
I
the
think
time.
like it is maybe like a difference in seeing the world as well in a way, dude. Like we are definitely equipped in different ways. You know, like I'm thinking about the perspective. We talked a little bit about how we've been shaped genetically, right? And to think about the different polarities and how we were shaped to almost like see. I'm imagining seeing moving things. Right, like we've been more equipped to see moving things, like as hunters, if you will, where the feminine brain might be equipped more to see still things. And when you're looking for something, usually it's still, right? And in that way, we just doesn't register in our brains.
I actually have a question for all the woman in the chat. How are you at like organizing? Are you like everything must be perfect, or are you more a general like throw shit everywhere and leave a messy desk? And then for the dudes, which one are you as well? Because like I feel like men tend to be more the like piles, and women tend to be more like organized files, and like there are probably like
For me,
interchanges, but
like one thing that I appreciate in feminine energy is organized files, where they have like, you know, little spots in the house or in the building where there's like.
Dude, my stuff is just everywhere all the time.
Me too.
Dude, like
me too. And like when I move into a space, it's like almost stuff explodes radially, you know, until I have to move and I regather my stuff again. That's why I want nanomachines. I just want like if I'm gonna carry a bag of clothing, I just want to carry a bag full of fucking nanomachines, and then drop that bag and then just like pull, clothe myself. Have those nanomachines create like little screens on the outside, color my clothing. You know, oh, I want chainsaw. It pulls chainsaw out of nanomachines, puts chainsaw nanomachines back. That's all I want.
Yeah, but that's not really possible.
That's what I want.
It's not really
That's what I want.
possible.
Stop telling me it's not possible. That's what I want.
You need matter. You're gonna need a pile of like some place to store the matter that'll be converted, or like maybe I kind of see what you're going for, but I don't know how you'd make nanomachines that could fit together to make something.
You make them very small.
You make them very small and like
very small. You make them kiss. You make them fall in love, and then they hold on.
And then they hold on
They
strong.
hold on very strong. They never let go until you like whisper something in there.
Yeah, but how? Like, you can't make like the atomic forces go away when you want.
I can. I'm gonna be very convincing. I'm gonna sit that at them down and be like, bro,
Then, bro, please.
she doesn't actually love you.
That helium atom hates
She's
you.
just with you for your mass. I'm gonna stop. Was it in the refrigerator? We did talk about leaving things in the refrigerator. I think it was Sam. Remember when I
Dude, I've
said
done that before. When I like at my wits end of search, I'll go open the
go
fridge.
open the fridge? Looks. Have I put something in the fridge? Not recently. Not recently. I have seen Max. Like his phone was getting hot, and then he puts his phone in the fridge, and then I see this guy like pacing like the house. Like, and I'm like, this guy's looking for something. And then I reach a point where I like ask or something, and sometimes he won't say anything because there's like some sort of embarrassment in looking for something, right? And then I'll see him like open the fridge, and then find his phone and like the relief. It's like,
I've only done my phone once. I haven't done it a lot, but I have done the fridge thing.
that's hilarious. Great news, ye, cheers, fit, bless you. I remember when I said aliens were spiders, they stole my manic concept. We are shaping the whole public universal sphere right now. You know, choose your words wisely.
So I also showed him a very cool video, and I want to tell you guys like 2 facts about spiders that are very, very, very cool to me. Did you know they work more closely related to sharks than spiders are to insects? Like that was a crazy revelation to me.
Like the spiders, like has a whole different, 500 million years prior, like off branching,
Yeah, and they're one of the first things they came onto land, and they were just
They had
it's-
tails at one point.
They had tails at one point. What the fuck?
That was
Like,
really
huh? Yeah.
There and the whole. I mean, I knew this information, but I feel like the thing I really absorbed in that video you showed me is the fact that their head and thorax is like one thing.
Fused into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's been a thing that I'm aware of, but I don't know why. But now suddenly it occupies a different
It's like reinforced some way.
It's
Like,
oh yeah, that is how they are.
Yeah.
And then I think about like insects, like a praying mantis and its little articulating head and its eyes.
Yeah.
And how different that actually is.
Yeah, it is actually, when you do start thinking about it, it is very weird. Like, even where insects use muscles to move their bodies, spiders use hydraulics. Like, they can only use blood pressure to push their leg up and then curl it back, like push it up and then curl it back down with a muscle that's on the front.
And this might be a yikes, and I'll give you 2 yikeses. Yikes 1 is what I told him, and him telling me this. But I have held onto daddy long legs, and then you can like apply pressure to like the one side of the leg, and then the leg will extend, and you can like release the pressure, and you'll literally be able to move it like that. That's one thing. That's the one yikes. The second yikes is the fact that we're repurposing spider legs as machinery. I don't know if you knew this.
I didn't know that.
People
That
are
is a
using
little
them
yikes.
as robotics
It's
to
a little
like
yikes.
add some pressure and then use little spider legs to manipulate things.
It's.
You want to see what it looks like?
Yes, I do. I don't know if we want to show them,
A
but
spider limb
what?
robot.
Yo, that's some yikes, dude.
These are just people trying to build robots that look like spiders.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna find it. I don't even know if you'll find it on YouTube.
Here it is.
Oh,
It's a freaking university, yo. Look at this oak. This oak is on some level.
dude, this oak is on.
Daniel
some-
Preston at Rice University is like, I'm gonna take this dead spider and then look at this. I'm gonna voodoo this shit.
Oh my god,
Look at him lifting something up, bro.
bro! Oh my, dude, this man is cooked.
Yeah.
He's in too deep.
Bro, he was like, yes, hydraulic spider legs. Yes, I know how to use. Give me them.
Yo,
That is, yeah.
fucking humans.
Human beings are quite interesting, dude. I mean, like, and then we have all of these depictions of like aliens probing humans and stuff, and it's like, bro, human beings are up to worse shit.
Yo,
We're doing some worse stuff than that. Your friend is onto something, Mel, because it was my girlfriend that found it. The Dynamo.
Dude, like I don't know what they do. They're
Oh,
voodoo
bad.
magic.
I was all ready to buy a new one on Black Friday to replace it. I'm happy that you didn't need to. It was underneath a locker in my room. Bless you, bro. I'm happy that you don't have to spend the $75. Did you want to watch Arcane? That was one of the first-ish questions that I asked.
I haven't finished
You're
it.
still catching up. Yeah, no, don't spoil. Don't say a thing. Don't say a thing. And if they're saying something, I'll not read it. I've been meaning to watch it, Zano. Bless again. That's the previous one with the spaceman. I'm running out of refrigerators. I cried when the cute Spooter died. I also didn't feel great about Space Spider dying. You know, I was like, the way they killed him was like very not okay to my neurons as well. Like I was like, oh.
How could you do this?
No, Mahoun Hasir. I just fractured my hand. That does not sound like a good time. I do hope that you're gonna take care of it in the meanwhile.
Yeah, I hope you've
While
been to
it-
the doctor.
Yes, I was assuming this has already happened. Jubes. How did that happen? You want to tell us? Was it a fit of rage?
Did you punch a wall?
Did you punch your wall? Did you punch your table after losing a League of? I almost said what I shouldn't. I almost said the quiet part out loud. League of Legends game.
Wow.
Mahoon. Did you punch your wall? I love how Pocho's on the same on the same train. I'm tidy in my chaos. My piles are aligned, but I can't find shit. Says Jovan. Not in my fridge.
But I can't find shit. If that's not the like truest thing in the world.
Yeah, I'm still looking for my ring, dude. My ring has
Gone.
somewhere been placed in the ether. I'm hoping that it's somewhere in the apartment or the house, you know. And that by the time I'm packed up, I'm gonna find it on the floor or something. Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Johan, I crave organization, but when I get piles going because I have that ADHD out of sight, out of mind thing, it's a constant source of frustration for me. Yeah, that's interesting of a dynamic. That's Louisiana saying that.
Okay.
So I get piles going because I have the ADHD out of sight, out of mind thing.
Yeah. You like put something down and then it doesn't exist anymore until you see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think happens for me too a little bit.
No, like I was looking for like 35 minutes for the aircon's remote at one point, and I found it after like searching that cabinet 3 or 4 different times. I'd somehow looked over it every single time because it was like right behind one of the wooden pillars,
Dude.
and I just didn't see it.
It bonkers my brain when I have experiences like that.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I think I know why it happens because I'm looking for a visual like cue that tells me it's it, and then I just don't pick up that like at this specific angle that
angle.
visual cue's different, and then it doesn't register in my brain.
For
And-
me, the thing that usually happens is the fact that I have like like I call it closing tabs, right? So I'll be like, oh, I'm looking for a remote, and then I'm like, suddenly a bunch of tabs bloop, open up in my world, and then I go there, and as you said, I check the cupboard or whatever, and then I close that tab in my brain, and then I move on to the next thing, and then it fucking drives me insane because these tabs are closed. And then I feel driven to open a tab again, and I'm like,
Yeah, for me, it's when all the tabs are now closed. You're like, but it's somewhere in the
I still
house.
haven't completed the task.
It's like
Even though
reopens
the tabs
first
are
one.
closed. It's like, oh yes, I'm gonna write my thesis. You know, like opens a bunch of research tabs, closes all of the tabs. Thesis still not written.
What?
Opens it back up again.
How is this
I
possible?
punch the wall sometimes, but not that hard to fracture it. Oh, we were playing football and I got pushed pretty hard. Okay. Don't punch walls. And I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
But at least you didn't hurt yourself, and double at least you will heal.
Yeah.
Right? And there will be excitement in you telling me your wrist is now officially unfractured. I'll celebrate with you. What a coinky dink. I'm gonna get to that coinky dink soon. I think I'm like parsing. I try to keep everyone else's world nice and neat. When I get back to my best, I just fall asleep on a pile of clothes and random electronics. Yeah, again, one nanomachines. I want to fall asleep on a bed of nanomachines.
I want them to mold to my body and give
Yes.
exact pressure where
And
it
I
needs
want them to
be.
like meticulously what's the word I'm looking for? Manicure my skin. Little nanomachines being like
I'm cleaning you.
yes. That's what I want. Is that too much to ask for? Come on.
Come on,
Come on.
please.
Come on, please. Catch up, technology. So the way I see this working, and again, like in the fractal of is this possible, is that it would be just simply very small machines interlocking, and there will be limitations. Like chainsaw is what is like the wet dream technicality of like having something that makes a motor, has an energy source to actually spin that motor, and then has something strong enough to actually be able to withstand the sheer force
Yeah.
of wood. That's like technical difficulty to the max.
Yeah.
But in the short term, I'll be fine if I can have rudimentary like prying tools. Right, it's fine. Fine. I'll like make sword. Fine. Just sword is fine. I don't have to have chainsaw
And just sword.
at first.
It's sticks hand in the backpack, pulls out
Pulls
sword.
out sword. Like, look at this. Or actually, yeah, what would happen is ideally this like my nanomachines, at least the ones I always want to carry on me would be a layer over my entire body. So I would just like turn my arm into like a spike. Yes.
Yeah,
So
I have this like kind of full agreement into your plan of like proper suits, and then we go explore the world.
Yeah.
Like when I can like have nano machines on me, and no spiders, no snakes, nothing's gonna kill me in the
Nothing can pierce your
Amazon.
skin.
No, nothing's hot, nothing's cold. Fuck it, we go to the Amazon, we go walk, bro.
we just go and explore like yes.
Nice.
Because usually like yes, and then snake bites you while you're looking up,
Yeah.
and then you die in a rainforest
Yeah,
somewhere.
great.
Game over.
dude, getting leeches, getting ticks, getting like
Yes, bro. Like the leeches fractal. Like after watching The Road to El Dorado and like seeing them trudge through the jungle,
Dude.
I was like, that jungle looks beautiful. But then I see these guys like pulling leeches off his back, and I'm like, oh hell no.
dude, I don't
Oh,
do
hell
well.
to the no, I don't want any of that. A white crow is here. He says, hello, my fellow hippie. I told him the story. I don't know if I told you this story about going to a rugby game and getting like pointed out. So there's this friend of mine, Josh. He has 2 tickets to a rugby game. He was gonna take a friend of his, but his friend flaked. So he asked me if I want to go with him, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go. And then we get there, and you know how Loftus is. You know, like there's a fair bit of walking past other people
Yeah.
to get to your place. And I'm dressed the way I dress. And this like 9-year-old, maybe a little bit younger kid, you know, like stops his mom, like fucking pulls on her, points at me and go, Mama, kijk hippie. And I go, oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. yeah. And I dude, that's like my favorite getting called a hippie moment, dude.
Mama, hey,
Mama, kijk hippie. Look,
I fucking love children, dude.
dude, no filter. It's just like
Ew.
his little neuron pattern recognizer. It was like, I know what I'm I know what
I
I'm
know
seeing.
what you are.
I see this one. Oh, to me, the fractal of like this kid, you know, like lives life, and like people are just like washing past him, and then suddenly, bro, like what a hippie arises in his world, and it's like,
Holy shit.
that melts me still to this day, bro. Like, what must he think, bro? Is that a good thing? You think he was like actually excited about that, or was it like shock?
I think it was both.
Yeah.
I think it was just like, what the fuck am I seeing?
What,
But
they
I've
still
seen you
exist?
before. They are actually still
They
exist.
still exist. I thought they died in the 60s. I thought they went extinct.
Thought they went extinct. I thought nobody did this anymore.
That's so wild. Maybe I converted him to the hippie cause, you know, and like I planted a little seed in his brain that it is still possible. My crap is usually in piles, Sam says, and that's making packing difficult, as every box I put together seems to increase the chaos around me. Best equals nest. Uh-oh, crispy audio again. Bruh. Why are you like this? I'm trying to figure out, because again, for me, instantly my mind goes down the rabbit hole of there are so many things that it could be. I'm gonna try the first thing. Well, I restarted anyway. Audio is fine. Good. Because in that case, it's definitely YouTube. You know, I'm pointing fingers.
Yeah.
It's you, YouTube. It's YouTube probably having like some sort of loss kind of thing happening. And it is, I think, because of the bitrate of my audio. Usually my audio is probably like lower bitrate. I'm guessing.
I don't know. Can you set that when you
Oh
start?
no, not on mobile at least. You can do it if you have a computer streaming,
Okay.
but not on mobile. I think mobile also auto sets based on your network of speed and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. No, says Sam. It's not that I had so much barely restrained shit. It's that I had so much barely restrained shit. And now with everything being emptied out to be moved, all that shit is spiraling out everywhere. Yeah. It's like the whole, oh, I don't want to think about this thing, like out of sight, out of mind, ADHD thing of like putting something in a cupboard and closing the door. And then swing, suddenly it ceases to exist in your world. And now suddenly you have to pack and you have to empty out everything. And now it suddenly exists in your world again.
Yeah.
Do checks outs. I'll get to the comments. I'm getting there. Catching
It's
up.
okay.
Slowly but surely. I found out this week, says Fit, that cranberry farmers use spiders as insecticide when they harvest huge pools filled with cranberries and thousands of spiders in there with them eating bugs. I don't know if I like the visual that my mind is giving.
Like a water pool?
No, I think just like so many berries that it's like a pool full of them.
Oh, and then just.
Bugs and spiders.
Okay.
And my mind is like, oh hell no.
Yeah, but it's
I
natural.
like and
It's like natural pesticide because it's not
I
chemically
mean I'd be
done.
okay with it if it's like spiders living on the plants.
The plants and stuff.
And eating the insects.
Not
before they-
domesticated spiders being dumped on your cranberry.
For me it's just the visual. Like I see, right? Because like I'm imagining eating that. Like I'm imagining taking a spoon and scooping myself some strawberries, insect, and spiders, and then going at it with a spoon. That's what my mind's doing. It's like, and it's like, no, please.
You're.
Please stop doing that to me, mind. I mean, like, hear me out. So you see, I'm eating berries. The insects are eating berries. The spiders are eating insects. So I'm basically just eating.
I'm okay.
Three different archetypes of berry constituting.
No. No.
I'm sorry, I went way too dark and deep on that one. It has your bun. My head has been between my knees. It won't reach. What? What? Life has bunches for you last year. I think I missed a few. That's why. Okay. Picturing you curled up in a giant nest like Big Bird. I'm very messy. It's a constant chaotic struggle. When I was a kid, it was worse though. I at least try a bit now. Same. Sometimes I try. I'll reach a point where I'm like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I'm gonna change.
I'm gonna do something about this
something
now.
about this that's bad.
Yeah.
And then it looks great. And I'm like, feel good about that. And then progressively, slowly but surely, it gets not good again. And then I'm like, okay. Like that's almost like how my fitness journey has been as well. Where I got to a point where I was way more overweight than was healthy for me and for my trajectory. And I had to like reach a point of like, okay,
No.
now it's time to change. So maybe that is also a different way of being, you know. If you're like that, don't be too hard on yourself. You're getting things done too. As Jovan. Bless you again with your fractured wrist. We need new adventures in our stationary existence. Crazy new unknowns are what keeps us alive, as I feel. It's called My Old Ass. Excellent new Canadian film. Sort of coming of age story with a touch of magic realism. I actually started watching My Old Ass and stopped when it became a rom-com, right? Like when you're... So My Old Ass is a show about a girl that eats mushrooms and then her old self like 20 years from now self bloop, appears next to her, and then she has conversations with her, and like this old self gives her advice, and one of the things that she like gives her as advice is, when you meet this like a guy named Chad, don't talk to him. And then she meets a guy named Chad, and she talks to him. And for me, being fucking autistic, I got to that point in the movie, and I was like, nope.
What are you doing?
Like you get to talk to your old self. Your old self gives you valuable insights
Don't talk
that
to
will
him.
make your future better, and then you don't. And I'm like, yes,
This is stupid.
this is fucking stupid.
Dude, I'm sorry. I would do the same thing, dude. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe I'll give it a shot, especially since you mentioned that you liked it. That's a big deal for me, Lavazana. She also saw They Made a Maze.
Oh!
Yeah.
No.
She saw that, like on her own, actually, on Netflix at some point.
That was
Malu,
a great movie.
very good. You're playing football, vigorously engaging. You'll go blind doing that. Some magical realism. Love is true. Don't do it in the show. No, please. No, please. I'm going to skip over those. I'm really here, Marla says. Day is not here for me the way it used to be. Huh. Is this true for me?
What? Like
Marla usually speaks in riddles.
the day isn't for her in terms of like, or him.
It's Whoopi, it's a him.
In terms of like, night and nocturnal.
I'm
living?
thinking he might be meaning that this experience of what a day is for him isn't what it used to be, right? And for me too. Like I'm here as my awareness, as my presence, ultimately, but not in the same way I used to be, maybe. For instance, I used to be a lot more concerned, and a lot more worried, and a lot more preoccupied in those states of mind. And I'm less.
Yeah.
All right, and it's made my days different. So maybe that's what you mean. I hope so, at least, because it's a good thing to let yourself off the hook, especially when you're dangling like a worm, ready to be gobbled up by the fish.
What? What an image.
Nail cleaning nanomachines that makes me beautiful while I sleep. Seems like a whole vibe, right? And now I'm so happy that you're going in about the whole nail cleaning thing, because
Dude.
yes, exactly.
I hate cleaning my nails is such a pain.
Bro, there's like so much infrastructure and so much crevices in the human body that you cannot reach, right? Like the insides of your ears, for example.
Yo, fucking,
sorry.
that must be ticklish.
No, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be.
What if you'll be able to feel it?
They become a part of you. At this point, if we have I think we're gonna do like BCIs way before we get to nanomachine technology. So like you'll be able to control your BCIs with your machine interface, right? And in that way, you'll be able to, like in the same way with like sound and noise cancellation, input signals to not feel in this spot that's like scraping out your earwax right now or something. At least that's the way I imagine it happening.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the 20, 30 year technology.
Yeah, like we are still in our infancy of what tech is going to become for us, probably. Seems like a whole vibe. Let's again. Has a nice ring to it, Jaju. I like how the friends are also like on board. Mama, there's a hippie. What do we do now? Don't crucify.
What do we do now?
It's like, should we get the cross, Mama? Mother, should we get the cross?
The cross. Oh no.
I shouldn't make jokes like that, but yeah, like if Jesus was, an archetype, he definitely was a hippie as well, bro. I'm planning a trip for South Africa. Nice, White Crow.
Nice.
We will welcome you. This place is fun.
This place is sick.
Hippies are not huntable game. All they do is sit around in drum circles and get high. Case in point, right back in there. Hunt him. I like how Pojo was like, what are we going to do now? Hunt him.
Hunt him.
Hunt him now. You have spotted your target. Hunt him. You know, that kid was actually a sleeper agent
Yo, dude.
trained by the RDK, what the
The
KGB.
KGB, dude.
Mother. uh, if my mind is going down like almost like Gen AI. Like I literally saw myself just starting to run. This kid chasing me, and I'm like parkouring through the freaking.
You know how to parkour.
I know how to parkour, but the Gen AI version of Melt does. He's parkouring through all of those those stairs and stuff, bro. Can't be catched.
You can't touch me.
Can it catches me? It's not level game, bless you again. You can hunt them if you want, but most likely will walk out of the woods without your quarry and a head full of mushrooms. A handful of mushrooms? I think both works. We're adding to the roast Brussels sprouts. What? Anise is up to her armpits in snow. And she's a tall dog. Yeah, she's like a shepherd, I believe. German? No, not German shepherd. White and black dog,
Like
like a sheepdog.
border collie.
Border collie, that's the word. Yeah, she has a
I
border
think it's
collie.
a border collie.
Yeah, white and black, up to
Up
her
to
up to
armpits.
her armpits in the snow.
That's a cold experience.
I have never felt snow. I've never seen snow still.
That is something we should go do. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it will be an experience to have before it all melts.
It's not how it's gonna work, but
I know. I'm just being facetious.
Yeah.
I think that's the word, right? Hey Google, define facetious. Facetious meaning treating serious issues with inappropriate humor. Yes, look at me. I know words. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Bless you, friend. We're talking about Brussels sprouts now. No, I refuse it.
I don't like them.
I don't talk about food in my streams. No, I was in Brussels sprouts. And then I don't talk about gag reflexes either. No. She and the squirrel are antagonizing each other. Nice. I'm imagining there's like the squirrel in a tree, you know, looking down at this dog and being like. Mel's friend, his name is Johan. It does look like a generous swimming pool filled with cranberries. The spiders wash off after because they can't cling onto the berries when they're being washed before pressing. They probably make juice out of it. You know,
You see, but wouldn't the spiders drown? Like, is everything
maybe like
supposed to float?
mesh or something where it can like.
Cause like that's my question. Like maybe they put them on top and they walk on the water, and then you let all the stuff will float up like insects, and they can use the top, and then you wash all that away and they can't. Like that's why I was like.
I mean, the way I see it, and I've saved insects like this myself, it's just like all you really need to give a spider, because they are relatively waterproof, is just give them a surface area to not be submerged in the surface tension, right? So after the berries get washed, the water that remains of potentially spiders floating on top of it can just be like put through a mesh, and then they could. Why are we thinking
Please
of why am I thinking-
explain? I am confused.
Why spiders and cranberries, please?
Stop thinking what you're thinking.
I don't know.
Stop it.
This is Brussels sprouts, yes, Brussels. Oh, nice. This is better. This is better. I cannot cling. Joe, sprouts are evil and taste of urine. The rom-com. I'm team Brussels sprout. Eating them makes me feel like a dinosaur, kind of like broccoli. I pretend that they're trees and bushes. I do that too. I get it. They're gonna go with spray olive oil. We're gonna go with spray olive oil, salt and pepper. Is spray of any type of oil good for you? This is maybe the question that needs to be asked. Right? If something comes out of a can, an aerosolized can, is it good to eat?
If it's chemically safe, then yeah.
You see, that's the logical answer. And that's the answer that I want to believe. But my mind is so like deep into the conspiracy. Like it's technically safe, technically, to coat our pans in a non-stick material. Until that non-stick material ceases sticking to the pan. Now suddenly it's PFAS, which is extremely poisonous, neurotoxic, and it's a forever chemical. So getting it in your body means it stays there indefinitely. All right. So yeah, it's safe chemically, technically, but also maybe not. I feel like my mind is going down the rabbit hole of, is it that much better? Is it that convenient having a sprayable version of olive oil?
Yeah. So I just have olive oil, like a
And
nice.
then you spread it.
Yeah, you go.
Because again, I think this is maybe like people trying to use less oil. That's kind of the reasoning.
Yeah, but olive oil is really good for you.
Yeah, you can literally drink shots of it. Like make sure you're
What
you
people, what
got good olive
bodybuilders will
oil.
do is they'll fucking put shots in their like
Protein shakes.
shakes, so
Yep,
it's
yep,
extra
yep.
nutrients and stuff.
Yeah, it's true. I used to do that. I used to do cream bottles though, because they were easier. And then if I wanted to overdo it, I had these frozen pucks of coconut oil that were infused with cannabis. So green pucks of cannabis oil. And then I would add like warm water to my protein shake. I would add the puck. I would see it like start to turn into like a little puddle on the top of my water. And then I would add my protein scoop, down that, and then I would work out for 2 hours. And it was nice. I was like, yes, working out.
Wow.
This is great.
Wow.
And then the cream was also the other one of like a bottle of cream that had like 30 grams of fat in it, 2 eggs raw, and then like my scoops of protein with water. It would be like thick. It would be like eating chocolate pudding
Yeah.
through a sippy cup. Wasn't that appetizing, especially when you would get that slimy bit of the egg. But I got super jacked really quickly
Yeah.
eating like that, you know.
See, the reason I don't get super jacked and will never be super jacked is because I just don't eat like that.
Yeah.
I can't eat like
It
that.
is a calorie thing above anything. We have Rabbit Robots, more robot themings, asking, what is this channel about? If I'm gonna try and like earn your subscription, I have to be very mindful in my language. And in that, I would say this channel is about evolution. Right. I believe that we are all consciously evolving, and we're doing that with the intention of love, I believe at least, right? Like if you think about generations upon generations of people having kids, coming together to have kids, raising said kids, that wouldn't happen if not for love. And we are the product thereof. So we're, as consciousness, moving towards this trajectory. I find myself within it, and I started this stream topic to be a part of it. All right, this is a conscious evolution we're doing. Hey, Lane is joining us, bro. Like for instance, to give you an idea, this friend that just joined us, Lane, has been a part of the space for a very long time as well. And as we've been a part of the space, we used to be some dudes just trying to do some things, right? And now as a trajectory, as we've consciously evolved, we're still some dudes doing some things, but the scope of the things we're doing has changed, right? It has evolved, if you will. I'm proud of you, Lane. Jovan has told me that you're doing shows. Like Lane is a musician. He's like doing gigs and stuff. Huzzah, bro. You get it. Evolution. Do you smoke weed and like to trip? Man, looks at fingernails. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
also don't know what you're talking about. Never heard of any
know
of those
what
things.
I'm gonna put this on. What's this? I have absolutely no idea what, you know, like I like going on trips, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I have like car trips.
Yeah, like, you know,
Boat
train
trips?
trips, boat
Yeah.
trips. There we go. We got a laughy face. He knows what we're on about. Yeah. Yeah. I believe we are here on planet Earth to experience. Today's stream topic was quite literally about the fact that we are here to experience each other, to grow with one another, to learn through this experience, you know, if you will. And for instance, I think the very first time me and you ever hanged out, like I met you for the first time on a Was it a Thursday? Still?
I think it was a Wednesday.
A
No,
Wed-
it had to have been a Friday because I remember you guys called me on a Wednesday.
Yeah. So so Wednesday morning, my mom tells me she has a friend that has points that's going to expire, and she spent those points on a vacation, and she no longer can go on said vacation. And we were basically given this vacation, but we didn't have a vehicle. So we go, who can we call who has a vehicle who would like to go on vacation with us? And the first person to come up is Johan. And we call Johan up and we're like, bro, we got free vacation. You want to go on vacation with us? And Johan is a G, so he's like,
Yeah, dude.
I want to go on vacation. That sounds fun. So he missions through all the way to our farm. He picks us up, and then we go through to
Nelspruit.
Nelspruit. What was the venue called again?
You'll have no idea. It was beautiful though. There was
Something crystal. Wasn't it crystal something?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea.
Yeah. Nice place.
Nice place. It's like against this big cliff face.
Yeah. So like your chalet opens up and then you're looking at like rocks and like trees in front of it and bushes. Like very beautiful. And this was just after I came back from China as well. So I needed some South African beauty in my life, to say it in so many words. And then literally the day after we met one another, we go down the rabbit hole, if you will.
Yeah.
We go and play with some lions. And we, in that way as well, like get to learn a lot about each other. Like I feel, and maybe interestingly enough, we talked about that a little bit earlier, about the conversational thing and about you getting better at that. I think that was still you getting better
it was.
at that, right?
Yeah. No, it was definitely.
So despite the fact that, like I got to meet Johan, and despite the fact that he might have at that point in his life not been as socially comfortable, I still loved you, right? And we're still friends. Yeah, we're still friends to this day, So like maybe that could be something to say as well, is that despite how proud I am of you and how much I can see that you've grown, I haven't loved you anymore or any less this whole time, bro.
Same. That's why I feel like people have way too much of an expectation from people. It's like you end up speaking and enjoying each other's company, not because of like who you are at that point and your shortcomings, but simply because of who you feel the person is.
And if they make you feel okay with being who you are.
Around them, yeah.
Yeah. That's a big thing too. Anyone tried Mad Honey? No. I don't think can you just get Mad Honey? Like you have to go to, if you ever travel to Nepal, just try it. It's amazing. Isn't it the Deliriant? I'm not really into Deliriants. Like Mad Honey is basically a bee species that has access to the pollen of a certain like psychedelic, or what's the exact word? Psychoactive pollen. And then they bring that pollen back to and make their honey out of it. And then
What do you call it?
Mad Honey.
Mad Honey.
I saw a documentary of them like risking their lives, climbing up the sides of mountainsides to like harvest those combs. And then some of the people like overindulge in that mad honey, and then they have to be carried down the mountains.
You can find it in the U.S., Eastern United States.
That's probably imported. Can you Google what the active compound is?
That is what I am busy doing.
Nice. That's what I'm interested in. A second. It's the second good thing I tried so far, and I traveled to lots of countries. Nice. My curiosity is piqued. What's the first, Crow? Piqued. Your curiosity is piqued, Siobhan. Oh, spot the writer. Spot the writer. And if you're thinking it looks like a fucking word, it's because it's French. Change, hey, yeah, peak. To sharpen. Hearing that definition helped me to remember the difference. FYI, spiders float. They're terrifying. Oh, this thing's not on. You found out?
Yeah, I did. So it's called grainotoxin, is the compound.
Yes, it
Yeah.
looks kind of dopamine-y.
Yeah, so it's basically it binds to sodium ion channels and then prevents them from closing, which means that you get lower blood pressure and lower heart rate, which can lead to lightheadedness, blurry vision, dizziness, and respiratory difficulty. So it is a toxin.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally toxin is right there in the name.
Yeah.
And also, in that case, like at least with the symptoms, it might be opioid receptors instead of like dopamine acting.
Yeah.
Because all of those symptoms are also opioid symptoms. Because they're not going to tell you it's going to give you euphoria. It's just going to tell you about the stuff that you don't want. Yeah, I'm very peculiar. I'm not going to put a compound in my body that has toxin in the name, unfortunately. Mad honey. Does sound very novel, though. I'll give you that. Yeah, life is fun. If you have an open mind. True. Life is very limited if you don't. Right? You only allow yourself a small little sliver. If you forget.
Yo. Okay, so at stronger doses, it includes delirium, vertigo, nausea, psychedelic optical effects such as tunnel visions and whirling lights, hallucinations, and impaired speech where syllables and words are broken out of sequence.
See, delirium is what I heard from that.
Yeah.
Which means like you're out of it. You're like,
Dude, and most symptoms typically subside after 12 hours.
yeah, see. I don't want to be out of it for 12 hours. No, thank you. I like being in it. In this experience. Yes. Presence. Enjoyment of this experience. You wanna talk about? This is why we're here. We're not here to not be here, right? Like, you mentioned that you've been feeling cold towards divine moments of thought again. My last DMT experience was, I want to use the word prefaced? No. Almost like topped, cherry put on the cake of, right? Letting me know that, yeah, you can have these experiences that teleport you out of this world, if you will, but you're here in this one. And that is technically today's stream topic, that you're here to have this experience. Right? This is the experience you're here for.
Yeah.
It might not always be fun and rainbows, but it is always worth it.
Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome, bro. It's called Sromi, Treibhruggen, from the Amazon in Brazil. It's from two plants. They mix it together and drink it. Huh. That sounds very similar to other type of Amazon plants.
Starts with eyes.
Yeah. Ayahuasca. But it might be the same thing as Shromi, but maybe Shromi is something else. My partner nearly seized up when she sees a spider. I think they're pretty cool and kind of cute.
Go to YouTube, watch the evolution of spiders. It's very fun.
Yeah. If you want, of course. And also, if you want, show it to your wife.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Big black boogers that float and crawl everywhere. They're indestructible. We're all doomed. No, please. Now suddenly I have a thing for spiders too. Missouri has hordes of tarantulas. I like tarantulas. Tarantulas I like more than most spiders. I don't like the shiny, like almost like taut skin ones.
No, the only ones that I like are jumping spiders. All the other ones give me a little bit of a like. I don't mind them as long as I'm not like touching them.
Yeah, I had a wild Bobby Jan spinnacle at one point that I would like hold in my hand and stuff. Hey Google, Bobby Jan spinnacle.
Crazy, dude.
Baboon spider. Hey Google, can you show me a baboon spider? Yeah, look at these dudes. Baboon spider. So these baboon spiders are so big that one of their prey is snakes.
I mean, dude, there's a fucking spider that hunts birds.
It's true. I think snakes are harder core.
A little bit, I'll agree.
Fucking harder core. Come on, dude. It's not giving me good data. I want you to just show me photos. Why are you like this? I like recently changed my model from being Google to being Gemini, and I'm regretting it. I wish I could go back. Oh, baboon spider. I'll have to click my Chrome. Oh, my.
I can't believe I have to put in the effort.
I have to use finger twice instead of just once. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to kind of find a good photo of what a baboon spider looks like. This one is cool. This one is cool.
Also, arachnophobia warning.
Yeah, this is gonna be a spider. We were talking about spiders this whole time. Rook away. Nice. Didn't break at least. Look at that dude. Look at that little feetsies on a person's hand. Right? And I would do that. I would hold this thing and I would feel so cool in doing so. This one. There's this real sense of like, oh wow. This thing that I've, at least at some point in my life, been scared of as a very small thing, now suddenly is bigger than I can fathom, and it's fine. It's fine. Kind of made me be not scared of spiders, you know, almost like throughout the entire spectrum. All right, I'm getting there slowly but surely. Melt, it's CO2 pressured olive oil. Okay. So my local grocer says CO2 pressured olive oil. Okay, suddenly I'm more okay with it. You know, good.
So they should just pressurize
exactly, yeah.
olive oil.
Exactly. You know, I'm just imagining, you know, whatever they put in the aerosolized cans and like, yes.
I'm gonna find out.
Missouri says horse tarantulas, bless them again, the biggest spiders I've ever seen. Don't date up here again, dude. That's my only advice. Peaked. It took me 31 years to meet this word. I think I have seen her use it before. And I think I have used it the same way you do, Joe. In saying like my curiosity has been piqued. As in, this is max. This is like, ooh, wow, extra curiosity, sharpness and curiosity or whatever. Maybe it could be both. Part of me wants it to be both. It's both, Sam. I say so. It's now rule of law. So much tarantulas here. It was almost comedic. Bless you again. Mel, sorry. I for sure didn't remember. We don't talk about food on your stream. It's like, it's only like a half joke. I'm only half joking about it. Yeah. Totally, yeah. Like, talk about food.
It gets banned.
Talk about food. What should happen? Talk do it. Come on.
Wow.
I'm joking. That was me joking again.
Yeah.
I'm not actually gonna ban.
That's gonna ban you.
Takes on Panhammer. No. Having coffee and talking nonsense mostly. This is the way. Bless evolution. An old flatmate had a pet tarantula, and the worst part was the live crickets he fed it. Some escaped into the hot press, and we could hear the chirping for months indoors. Yeah, that would skizz my brain. I won't lie.
So to give you a little bit of a yikes warning again, I was watching this channel that does like backyard rescue animal keeping, and so he has 2 bobcats that he's keeping at the moment, and he just let wild mice loose in his house so that the bobcats could learn how to like hunt. And I was like, okay, that's a little dedication, I guess.
Yes. I'm sure none of them will find themselves uneaten. Yes, and none of them will procreate and make more. Yeah, we have 9 cats on the farm. I don't know if there's still 9 cats. There might only be 8. I don't know if one of them found a new home. But I think rats are probably not going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
Man, you just snuck right in here. Have you been late? Love is true. Loose crickets, they will torment you for a long time.
I have so many crickets here, which means I have so many lizards, but the lizards cannot keep up with controlling the crickets.
Yeah.
And so I've just gotten so used to them. Like they don't bother me that much anymore.
It becomes a part of the background noise. For me, it's a proximity thing. If it's far enough away to be background noise, I'm fine with it. If there's like one in the room with me, I'm getting up. Oh. I'm not joking. I'm getting up and I'm doing something about that.
Okay.
I have destroyed things.
Looking for it.
I've destroyed things. I've made things be open that were closed.
You see,
who had no latch, who had no zipper, got open.
bro, that's anger.
Bro, if I'm like in the AM hours, like you don't mess with my sleep. I need to sleep.
Yeah, you see, I am just one of those people that's like, I'm just gonna doom the area and hope that works.
Yeah, we do at least have that chemical warfare. My ancestors came over on the sandwich. Vibes, Joe. What? Loose crickets. Oh. You know, like the crickets are forming a story at some point, and I'm like, yeah, my parents came over on the sandwich.
Yo, dude, what I would give to speak cricket? Actually, nothing.
I was
just
about
like
to
speak.
say, I would just scream at them to shut the fuck up. I would just learn that one line. I would be able to speak. No, I'm joking. I would probably want to talk to them more. Maybe I would understand it. Maybe if you understand cricket, suddenly the cricket just becomes beautiful song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you're actually just falling asleep to the most amazing opera you've ever heard.
Like his masterpiece. All right. Little fuckers are resilient that they are. Going with butter instead of olive oil. I have a yellow onion in the roast as well. Yes, see. That's not more food, dog.
Why are you so aggressive?
At this point, it's a joke. It started off. So, like, when it initially started was when I had like issues with. Is that?
It's
I was about to say. With issues with like eating, where I would like have spirals of eating, where I would try not to, and then food would like come up as a topic, and then I would find myself like pattern recognizing. Like we would talk a bunch about food in stream, and then I would find myself binge eating after stream, and I would be like, pattern, and then I'm like, no pattern, no. And that since then it's basically been a joke, you know.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, yes, don't. And it's also like a matter of, it's like a trajectory thing, right? Sometimes I'm going in this direction about what we're talking about, and food is literally in the opposite direction of where we're going. And talking about food, you cannot go in this direction and think about what you're gonna eat 5 minutes later. Like that's not how it works. All right, so yeah.
Yeah, I understand. It's funny.
Sitting on the couch, sipping coffee, much bliss, bless Kristen. It's nice having your name here with us. I just realized I got crossed wires earlier to get it to sharpen, not peak. I got confused because two homonyms. Oops, it's okay. Oh, look at you, fancy Irishman. Who knows what the fuck a homonym is? I mean, my mind wants to like say something. Not all education is American education. But that would be mean because I don't know what a homonym is. So, you know, self-burn. Boom. Selfish. The demon says labs and potato. When I was a kid, I had a leopard gecko. Ooh, and the crickets got loose a lot. My kitty would hunt them. Nice. I like the fact that you had a leopard gecko as a kid. That sounds cool. But one night, there was one cricket chirping in the night, and I woke up and I stabbed it with a pencil. In the morning. I was shocked I did that. Like I was in a dream state. That's some real shit, Simon. I like that. I relate to that. There's like really something primal that awakes in you, like just stabbing something with a spear energy. Oh, warrior slaying foe, you know.
And then turns around and goes naps again.
Wakes up, is like, holy shit, did I?
Oh wait, what the fuck?
Am I capable of that?
Looks at Cricket with his fucking
Dude, a
like
pencil sticking out of it.
sticking out of it on the table.
I'm old now. My education has worn off, and that's a good thing. De-school yourself, right? I could tell what one it was because it was the one with the fully developed wings. You recognize the corpse. The next day, it was like, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah.
I slayed the one with the biggest, fully developed, most of wings.
Yeah, I am the.
I remember clearly. Who the heck stabs a cricket? Someone who wants it dead.
Once dead very badly.
Someone who said, no more cricket. Obviously. I haven't stabbed many cricket, it's true. For me, it's usually like I disarm my foot with this, and now I have a really efficient weapon for the slaying of something smaller than me. My mind is, when I start talking about stuff like this, I instantly picture this metaphysical, bigger than thou alien with his metaphorical equivalent of a sandal looking down on me.
Like,
And I'm like, no, please, Mr. Sandaled alien.
please don't kill me.
Please, I'm being entertaining.
Gets decimated.
Note to self: stay silent if sleeping near sun. Oh goodness.
It's very funny.
Just like this snoring, you know, and then you just hear Zano arise, and the sound of like knife being slid off table, and then you hear no more snoring. I carried out welfare on a cricket with a bag of diatomaceous earth once. Welfare? Don't you cover crickets in diatomaceous? Diatomaceous. Diamatakomamos. I think it's diatomaceous.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's that word. Oh, diatomaceous.
Diatomaceous.
Diatomaceous earth. I can words good. Sulfur, bitch. I said covering the grass around my house at 11, and I'm pretty sure people cover their crickets in diatomaceous earth when they feed them to their lizards as well, because it adds calcium or something. And diatomaceous earth, I'm pretty sure, is the remnants of what used to be crustaceans with their little shells, fossilized and made very fine.
That's pretty cool.
So it's very sharp on a like atomic level. So it's like if a mollusk, for example, tries to like slither over it, it cuts them, and if it gets, I think this is the way it works. If it gets in certain insects like crevices, it like acts as like sanding paper, and like makes them like serrate themselves. Check that out. Yeah.
I'm
like
so
what
curious.
does diatomaceous earth do to insects? Like get me the exact information, because I do know, but I'm not like 100% about it. Melt, it's okay. Irish education is way higher than in the US, so no offense taken. I hope it was clear. I was trying to offend American education, not yours. I was complimenting Irish education. That was what I was trying to do, in the offense of American education. But just because that's the joke, right? Not because that's what I believe, and because I think you are uneducated. I hope that's very clear. My friend Mila started publishing a metaphysical channeling publication. One issue was messages from the creepy crawlers, like giving voice to the insects. What does it say?
It's silica. So
Silica.
it gives silica. They're not saying anything about like it being sharp, but I can't really imagine that it is that sharp if you can eat it.
I mean, people can eat the maceous earth, but did you find out what it does to insects?
Yes,
And
it
take a look at
dehydrates them.
Dehydrates them.
Yeah, so it sticks to
Okay.
them and it removes water, and so like it dehydrates them and they like shrivel up and die.
Can you ask it if it's molecularly sharp?
We can ask that for sure.
Because maybe I went into like a deep dive of I think some sort of garden YouTuber, right? And then he talked about this. So that's kind of like where my information is being parsed from.
Does diatomaceous?
Suddenly we're talking about diatomaceous earth. Thank you, Sam. You know, it's not food. It checks out. Melty, yeah, exactly. It dries out their skeleton. Yeah. Like a kind of, is it like a sandpapering effect of like literally scratching you? Like if you had to like scratch your skin, I don't know if you would get dry. Maybe if you had an exoskeleton, you know.
So this diatomaceous earth is pores, like it's really porous.
Okay.
And then that porous, I guess, just pulls
Pulls
water,
water.
and like allows water
Alright.
to flow into it.
That makes sense.
The pores vary between 260 and 650 nanometers.
Okay. So now I think I'm trying to think if I was thinking about something else. Like my mind was so close to the actual word.
Yeah, and you didn't like.
Yeah, I deleted it again. Diatomaceous earth.
Very cool though. I always forget how much fucking wording we have for things on the planet.
It's bonkers. So, like I'm gonna quickly open one of my language models and ask it. No, not like that. Oh, bro. Okay. Me and my friends are talking about a certain soil additive that has like old crustaceans as a very fine material that almost like cuts up any insect species that tries to like participate in that environment. Can you tell me what that is?
I'm curious what it's gonna say because diatomaceous earth is made of hard-shelled microalgae.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, so that is, I was right about that part then, I guess. Yeah, diatomaceous earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that it isn't like super sharp.
Sounds like you're referring to diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth is natural, powdery substance made of the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms called diatoms. While diatoms are algae rather than crustaceans, the powder is often described as having sharp, microscopic edges that can damage the exoskeletons of insects. All right. When
Interesting.
insects came into contact with diatomaceous earth, the sharp particles abrade their protective outer layer, causing them to dehydrate and die.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like scratching their shiznap.
That's crazy.
It's commonly used as a natural insecticide in gardens and around homes to control pests like ants, bed bugs, and slugs. Yo, my brain stores information.
It does, dude.
I need to get better still, though, right? Because for me, it's like a fact-checking thing. Like, oh, I have this information set in my brain, and then I'm like, is it true?
Yeah.
Is it true?
It's fun checking it because you end up finding more information about stuff
Exactly.
mostly.
And then you do gain a sense of like certainty and clarity as well inside yourself. Dries out the red skin into nothing but silence and satisfied bloodlust. I know, what the fuck. I just feel bad, like it wasn't in my body when I did it. Oh, like you were some other version of yourself. You were the warrior. You had to slay. You had to do what needs to be done. I was like maybe 12 years old. I know, I was just adding to it. I hope I was clear. I wasn't trying to offend American education. Fair American education offends the entire rest of the world. I was trying to offend American education. Fair. American education offends the whole world. Love is true. Just the one cricket got it. Oh, and maybe some ants. I didn't spend a lot of time hourglassing. Is it hour? No, magnifying and glassing ants.
I
You know
also
why?
didn't do it.
Huh?
I also didn't really do it.
Yeah, like for me, it was really like a matter of this is one, a bad use of my time. It's bad for my eyes. And it's not fun, right? Like I remember seeing it in the movie Ants, right? And it didn't even occur to my mind that I could do such a thing until I saw, you know, a depiction of it. And then upon trying to do it, I was like, this makes fuck all sense.
It doesn't even work that well, dude.
I mean, I
I
guess
didn't
it-
have a big enough magnifying glass, I guess.
I did. I did
Ah.
have a big enough magnifying glass. It works, but it's kind of just like anticlimactic. It's like, oh, and it's like, oh wow, now I have to do that again. Like Nothing else is gonna happen. It's like for me, it's like I believe none of us are evil. I believe all of us are little scientists.
Trying out different things.
Yeah, little morbidly curious scientists, you know, being like, what's gonna happen? And then you run an experiment, and then you gain data, and I think you're a psychopath if you're just running the experiment to like reaffirm the data over and over. It's like, yeah, you fucking know what's gonna happen, bro. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, give myself some calm. You're okay. You're okay. It's like, it's molecularly sharp me. Wanna lecture? No, please. Sam is awake now. Grumbles an armchair historian. Melty, it's basically tiny seashells and silica sand. Diatomaceous earth. I saw them live a few years back. There's so many fractals. Heart is healing. Bless you, friends. Magnifying glass. Heat's rays absolutely do work. I used to melt the tar on my street as a kid. Some innocent ants may or may not have been barbecued.
You had a nice magnifying glass.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't need that good. I mean, I don't. How big was yours?
Like,
Yeah, like one of those, right?
Yeah.
With a handle like that.
yeah.
All you need.
Really, I could never get it to work properly.
You can melt a rock with one of those. It's just a lens, right? So it's more a matter of positioning. And for me, always in the positioning act, I would have to try and look at a beam of light
It's
that
like
is so bright that it's bad for my eyes. And I was like, this fucking sucks. I don't like doing this. I'm gonna stop doing this. Melting rocks, though. My
yeah,
dad.
I've seen it done. I've just never personally gotten it.
I'm sorry
But
for
yeah.
like. I think maybe like melting proper rock, you have to have a big Fresnel lens. But my dad had like a piece of wood that with a lens, you know, after like putting it on of pencil on the piece of wood, burned an image of like elephants drinking water onto a
very
piece
cool.
of wood with a magnifying glass.
That's very cool.
Even though I find it cool as well, I imagine just how uncomfortable it must be to your eyes.
Dude, and
To
in
do
the
such a
heat,
thing, bro. Yeah, sitting in the sun, direct. You have to be in the direct sunlight.
you'd have
basically.
to wear fucking sunglasses.
He was a child. I don't know if sunglasses was a thing in South Africa at that point. Maybe they were, probably, but not to him.
Yeah, but he didn't know.
Yeah, I was a cheap one for kids, under 2 pounds at the time. The magnifying glass, yeah. What's the stream topic again? Bad ends for insects? No. Today's stream topic was specifically about why we're here. Yes.
We're here to
Why we're here. We're not here to burn insects. You see, and like sometimes you have to learn that the hard way. Yeah. You have to be like, oh wow, this is not what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then you don't. Boom. And then maybe you go and do what you're supposed to do with the rest of your life, and that is connecting with other human beings, showing up for love. We have been doing this for an hour and 40 minutes. I should probably end this one and maybe do a vertical one, a horizontal one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For a hot second. Thank you. And then I'll see you friends again soon, all right? Like literally a moment from now. I love you. I thank you for joining us.